Hey guys, my name is Shai and this is Evermind Astro. This video is Jupiter in Leo. I love it, I love it, I love it. Okay, so this one, it would be pretty easy for me to just focus all about how you guys are movie stars, right? You guys are gonna be famous. You are here for the fame and for people to know you and to shine and to just this is movie star energy, right? Movie star energy. However, obviously it doesn't play out like that for everyone. Because this is also for you if you have Jupiter in the fifth in some other sign, right? So we're always blending the energies together. And I do kind of get the impression actually that a large number of you who are watching this video with Jupiter in Leo or the fifth house placements, that you have a blend of Jupiter with water energy, right? The Jupiter in Leo, perhaps it's in a water house, or perhaps you have Jupiter in the fifth in a water sign, like Jupiter in Cancer in the fifth or something like that. Because I feel like the softer side of Jupiter in Leo coming through. So yes, like at its core, at its very essence, right? Jupiter in Leo is this movie star energy. It is about fame, being the center of attention, but really like earning your fame. Not really earning, that's not really a Leo thing, but just attracting and creating this gravitas, right? This gravitas being the central orbiting point because of your personal expression, right? Because of expressing your character and your personality, right? You can have really big personalities here with this placement, especially if it's like fifth house placement, right? Big personalities, big character, right? But it's not that for everybody. It's not that for everybody. And some of you with Jupiter in Leo or Jupiter in the fifth, you might sometimes feel a little alienated, going like, why does everybody expect me to be like this movie star energy because of this placement? Obviously, it's not that way for everybody. Jupiter is, you could have a whole year of people being born, right, with this placement. So it is absolutely possible for Jupiter in Leo to be an introvert, to be reclusive, to be more drawn in on yourself, right? So how does this energy play out for you guys, right? Because it's almost like there's almost not that much to say about the really like pure essence of Jupiter in Leo being this movie star energy and being this central point and being this really big personality, big character. There's not a whole lot to say about that. Like that's what it is. We kind of get that, right? But what about like the more nuanced version of Jupiter in Leo, where maybe you even got to think about how do you express your personality, right? And how do you put your creative expression out into the world and blend that with your placement, right? And also look at, what's aspecting your placement, because depending on how your Jupiter is aspected here, this could be a really challenging thing for you. You could actually be going through Jupiter lessons in life, like learning about how to express your character, learning about how to be a big personality, right? Learning how to bring big energy to the stage, or learning about how to share your creative gifts, right? How to share your creative energy, how to put it out there, how to allow yourself to shine, because you will be challenged with this placement. Well, for some people it'll be a challenge, and for some people it'll be a more natural experience, right? A more instinctive experience of shining your energy out into the world and like shining your core essence out into the world. So you want to look at like, how do you express yourself and how do you express your personality? It can definitely be through creative projects, right? Especially if you have water energy involved here. It could be very, very artistic. This could be a very, very, very artistic placement. And you guys might not even realize how artistically gifted you are, right? You might not. You might think that, oh yeah, that's what you do in life, right? You just sit around and you be artistic all day. Well, no, most people, really, a lot of people aren't like that. And for a lot of people, it's way more of a challenge. So you might have this kind of creative output that you don't really even fully appreciate. So that'd be one thing to be looking at there. Also, if you happen to have like Jupiter in the 10th, right? Jupiter and Leo in the 10th, just as an example, that would be expressing yourself through your career, right? Through your career. And which obviously that's something you might not unlock until later in life, right? Where you get that, where you're able to shine in the public sphere in your career, right? So you really, really, really have to blend the energy here. And so something I'm kind of feeling with this, like, a message coming through for you guys with this placement is that the abundance that you want in life, right? Of course, you want to have abundance, all kinds of abundance, right? So we'll just go with abundance. The abundance that you want in life you receive it through personal and creative expansion, personal and creative expression, through expanding your expression, right? Through being your true self, through showing the world who you really are, and expressing that either through your just walking into a room and being like a Jupiter person, right? Like walking into the room being like, here I am, I'm big, I'm loud, like I'm here, right? And of course it doesn't, being big and loud, that's the energy of it, right? You can be subtle about that. You don't need to be like overly outgoing or anything like that. It doesn't need to be obnoxious, right? But it's walking into the room and being the brightest light in the room, right? And allowing that to expand around you, to expand, because the Jupiter is bringing this expansion, right? It is really important for you guys, especially if you're sitting around going like, why don't I have the abundance that I want, right? Are you really allowing yourself to shine? Are you really putting your creative expression out there, right? Are you being your authentic self? And are you allowing yourself to constantly evolve and expand what that means for you, right? You guys, this is the thing, that your expression has to evolve, right? It has to expand as you evolve. For you guys, stagnancy and doing the same thing too much, not really going to be your best vibe, right? You got to be allowing yourself to grow with this placement and grow with how you express yourself and grow your own personality and grow your creative expression. I just keep seeing, like, I don't know, somebody who's watching this who has either like, there's like a Capricorn thing going on with this for somebody. So either like Jupiter in Capricorn in the 5th, or maybe Jupiter in Leo in the 10th, right? That's more of this challenge about growing yourself over time and growing your career over time and growing your creative expression all wrapped up in your career, right? So, I mean, that's just for, for that combination of energies, but you really, I don't know what it is about this placement, this particular group, right? The Jupiter and Leo group, this particular vibe. It's so important that you understand what this means for you, right? And that actually this is starting to get to the point here, because it's Leo, right? We're talking Leo or 5th house. This is about you. This is about your essence. This is about your personality, your character. So it all comes down to your unique individuality, right? Your unique individuality, and everything has to kind of, you can't get what you want in life unless you're really living your authentic truth. That is true for everyone, I would argue. That's something I say all the time. That's my big shtick, right? Individuation, individuality, and expressing your authentic truth and living your authentic truth. That is like massively, massively, massively coming through, highlighted for this group, okay? And it's like, because if you guys are not living your authentic truth, then you're creating a reality full of distortions, because if you're living an inauthentic life, right? If you're just like full of social conditioning and living in fear and stuff like that, then you're just going to create a life, like create a reality, create a bunch of reflections that reflect that. So again, this is true for everybody, but there's something about this Jupiter placement that really emphasizes this, right? The essence of everything for you guys is to live your authentic truth and to really, really put that out there. Again, if it's in the career space, then in the career space. And maybe if you're like in academia or something, or in a scientific field where, you're supposed to play by the rules more, you might be challenged to really push the envelope and to put your individuality into it, right? In a creative field, there's going to hopefully be more wiggle room there, where you can really, really, really put yourself and your individuality and your essence and your character and your personality into your art, right? Whatever it is that you're doing, or just in your interpersonal relationships, how you are when you walk through the world, right? It all has to be anchored in your authentic truth and how you're sharing that with the world. That is how you create a reality that will reflect your authentic truth. That is the only way for you to harmonize with your reality, to live in a resonant reality, is to be living your authentic truth. Because if you're living an inauthentic life, then reality will suck, right? If you're living your authentic truth, there will still be challenges, and sometimes reality will push back at you, and sometimes people won't like you, right? But that is the only way to actually create the reality that resonates with you and that you actually can thrive in. So I'm gonna leave you guys there. Check out my links, sign up for my full moon and new moon videos. accelerated evolution container. Every 2 weeks, we talk about how we're evolving our consciousness with the lunar cycle. Super cool. I have another YouTube channel where I do tarot readings for starseeds and lightworkers. Got a newsletter, got links, private readings on my website and on Etsy down below. I love you guys. Bye.